Bonas. Yo, yo, yo. Finally it works. It was going round and round and round. Finally it works. Yes, it works. I was having some issues there. It wouldn't come on. But it's all right now. It's all right. Hey, yo, yo. How you doing, sweetheart? How you been? I'm doing good. Long time. See. How's things? All over the place? Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I know. It's a life. It's a life of. It's our life. It's how it goes. I'm doing good. I've been besides back pain and shit from working, I'm pretty much okay. My back's been hurting, my sciatic nerve pain, but I'm alright. I'm living. That's what that matters. Hey, Sonny, how you doing? But otherwise, I'm all good. I live. It's part of being older. I wouldn't say old, but older. Yeah, I did. You know what? I'm glad you reminded me. I was using the bowl and it got better, but I think I need to walk a lot more. I did walk some. Yeah, I'm gonna have a tool. Yeah, thanks, Sonny. Yeah, I have the tennis ball outside too, and I was using it the other day because it was so bad. But it's not all the time. But when I sit down here for a while, it starts to hurt because I'm not really moving. It's just staying in a same spot all the time. But it's been due to all the hard bullshit work I've been doing. So, but today I didn't. I only worked a little bit today, so I didn't do too much. Kind of taking it easy as much as I can. It's too freaking hot to work outside anyway. But it's all good, dude. It could be worse. It could definitely be worse. You know what I mean? It could definitely be worse. What do you want me to check for you, sweetheart? I see you sending me PayPal's. What's the latest drama? Yeah, it's all good, dude. It's all good. It's life. I could have no work at all and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I rather have work, even though it's hard work, and have work, period, and have nothing at all. You want me to check you into cancer? All right, cool. All right. Hey, Barb, how you doing, sweetie? Yeah, I'd rather have strenuous work and hard work than no work at all. So I'm not complaining. Plus, the Aquarius full moon is today, so I'm gonna get affected body wise, apparently, and it's definitely true. So I'll give the astrologist that then. If you hear any crazy noises, that's my dog in the back, like I always say. But for those of you who don't know, my dog makes a lot of crazy noises. She was literally behind me, but now she moved. Okay, now what I get between you and the cancer, right? I'm doing good, thanks. What I get between you guys is like, it's not going the way you want it to. It's almost like there's someone involved in the background. He might be going through a divorce or a separation, so that's affecting him from being 100% with you. He feels really vulnerable and he doesn't want to make a lot of mistakes, and he doesn't want to make the same mistakes, right? Sometimes he could be kind, sometimes he could be generous, but it's only his way of getting, you to accept him into your life in some type of percentage. But he's still living in his old ways. He still wants to like get out of his marriage, his where if his divorce, if that's what he's doing. But he's not willing to make any worthwhile change. And between you and him, there's still misunderstandings and still, things crossed between, the way you guys are. Like even your friendship could be a lot better, but it's just I get that he's having one of these moments where he's suspicious of you one day, good the next. I don't know if this is the same guy we read last time. We talked about it. The guy that's kind of possessive, but he's got troubled relationships and troubled friendships in his own life. Like the people around him are not really like are not really like looking at him as a person, and they can really like say, okay, he's stable, he's cool, and we're gonna deal with him. You know what I mean? So I feel like he's never been married. Okay, well he doesn't. That's why, probably because he's looking at all his relationships that he's had, and none of them are going right. None of the relationships he's had, I don't know if he's told you that, but a lot of the relationships he has had, he's made mistakes in, and they haven't worked out. So if it isn't a divorce, it's like a troubled relationship that he's had in the past that still haunts him today. Yeah. Hey, Leslie, how you doing? Oh, nice. Hope all is well in your world. But he's still ignoring the opportunity of being 100% with you and giving you everything, putting his all into you. Great, that's good to hear. But he's trying not to make any bad decisions or be indecisive or come across to you as a person who has made too much mistakes because he's got too much pride. You know what I mean? I think his past is haunting him more than you think. If he's told you about his past, then that's what it is, because I get past relationships and past people in his life that have screwed him over. But as far as you and him, he does trust you and he does have faith in you. He trusts you as a friend. He wants to have a new relationship and a new beginning and he wants to approach all his old problems and make that shit go away, so it doesn't affect you guys in the future, but he needs to make like a change right away, or else the shit's not gonna work properly. He's made a lot of bad investments, or he's like, got financial problems, and that shit's like still. I keep getting past stuff. He's got to clear away the old shit in order for the new stuff to come about. So. But as far as how he looks at you, he does look at you as a consistent person, a good person. I don't think he has a problem with you personally. I just think that his life is, and I tell a lot of women this, and I've told you this in the past too, that most men can't multitask. They can't do two things at once. And this is no, diss to a man, but most men can't handle two things at once, or can't handle a relationship and a business, or and a job, or and their life, or and this and that. It's either they, that's why they get a woman, because the woman has to think for them. That's not the case with me, obviously, but yeah, there is men that do that, and Cancer men tend to depend too much on a woman. Cancer men, they have this tendency, some Cancer men have a tendency to like, tag on the coattails of the woman because they can't do it all, or they do everything and then they get shit on, and then they get discouraged, and then they get, they make bad decisions on purpose. But I think that he's trying to like make things work with you guys. He's trying to make things work between you and him, I think he's got to like start his transformation soon, or else you might get fed up, or he might think you're going to get fed up. But I think there's like a man around him that's fucked him over some way, or done something bad to him, as far as money, or like, made him feel insecure or weak about himself. And that's like, pissing him off or something like that. It could be if he has a son, it could be him, or he could like have somebody that he worked for or something like that. A friend of his that did something to him where it pissed him off, and he wasn't. Yeah, he has a son. So maybe the son is his priority, or a burden to him, or he has to deal with the son all the time. Because I see a young man here that he's dealing with, and that's kind of like holding him back a lot. So that's what I get as far as you and him in general, though. Like, as far as his feelings towards you, I don't get nothing bad. I think he really thinks you're a genuine good woman, and he thinks that you're an improvement from the rest. He thinks that you're a devoted, honest woman, and he thinks that you might sometimes need to use your common sense, or you need to not restrain yourself so much from doing things, or maybe you like hold back from doing too much for him because you think you're gonna get hurt. But otherwise, those are just thoughts that you might have. But as far as how he views you, he does think that you're a good woman, and he thinks that you're smart, which is a plus. But I still think at the end of the day, he needs to overcome his past. Once he overcomes his past, and you know what? My opinion on that is a lot of men, when they're with a woman, and the woman doesn't want to deal with the guy because he's got a past or whatever. If you show him that, you shouldn't have to do it, but if you really like him a lot and you want to be with him, you got to show him trust, because that's the only way he's going to relieve himself from the past. Because if the past is haunting him like I see, then the reason for that is because he has no trust. So if he starts trusting you more, then his past will go away. He won't think about it because he has the future right in front of him, if you know what I mean. So the more honest you are, the less lies you say, or the less things you do for him not to trust you, then it's going to be okay. But if you say a white lie here and there and get caught, he's still going to be like skeptical of proceeding with you 100%, because he's going to remember his past. But otherwise, that it looks good. It's not bad. So it totally depends on you. And if he's never been married, then that's probably why. Because he finds it hard to trust a woman. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's what I got. Sometimes he might feel lonely, or he might feel like he might have mental anxiety, All right, let's check. Yeah, I see him reaching out to you. Between now and Sunday, you'll get contact from him. Between today, Thursday, to Sunday, you'll get contact. You'll definitely get contact. He's thinking about you, actually, because you showed up in the cars, but he wants to, like, I almost think that, I don't know if this is going to make sense about his what type of person he is, but he wants to appear to you as someone worth it. You know what I mean? Like he wants to appear to you as, you're, a person that has some type of substance, a person who is good for you. Like he wants to appear good, you know? But I do see him reaching out to you. I got yes on that. Well, that's the thing. If you want him, sometimes you gotta allow him to come to you. You've done your part. As long as you do, I know what you're trying to say. But like from what I see in the cards, it's totally up to him. So don't push it. Like, don't pressure him, don't push it. Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. People I'm sure he has that effect on you. Right, exactly. Don't look for him. Just let him come around naturally. And like I said, you already know what he's up against. He's got financial problems, he's got past issues, and those things are like haunting him in his head. So, in order for him to be with you 100%, my 100% advice to you is you have to show him that he can trust you at all times. And that's the only way it's going to work. That's how I am. And that's how he is too. Because I just can't trust anybody. It's hard that I don't trust people now. But if I trust you, I can love you. That's for sure. But if I can't trust you, then the love is broken instantly. And fuck that. Trust is the biggest thing in this world today. If you can't trust people, then it don't make sense being around them, talking to them, dealing with them. This is like friends, family, anything. Like, you can't trust somebody, man. Fuck that. You don't need that person in your life. But I think that's his biggest problem is he's had past issues and people around him where he's like, you know what? Like, he also thinks here, what I get in the cards here also is he wants to be with you, but he has to do it his way. And rocking his world sexually ain't gonna help. He needs to you need to rock his mind and show him like, I can totally trust you. Because some guys are like that. I am. If I meet somebody, friend, family member, cousin, whoever, anybody who comes in here, anybody I meet, if I don't trust you, then it ain't happening. And if I don't trust you, I'll keep you on that line, where you're gonna be, I'm gonna soak you out a little bit, about 10 feet, 30 feet. And the more I don't trust you, then I'm gonna just cut that cord and say goodbye. I might do it in a nice way and I might do it in a bad way. So yeah, sex is not enough, absolutely. You can't love someone, you can't trust someone. Yeah, exactly. Well, I always have this saying that's on a song that I love. It says, who can be trusted can be loved. If you cannot be trusted, you can't be loved. So that's, ever since I heard that lyric in that song, I was like, yeah, absolutely right. I feel you. But that's why, most people like myself and most people that come in here are single. And they would rather be single than be in a toxic relationship or be in a relationship with somebody they can't trust, And that's the thing. I honestly don't know how people do it. But not my problem. I trust a lot of people. But only as far as I can throw them. Hey, Nina, how are you, sweetheart? How you feeling? But anyway, so Vanessa, that's what I would suggest, Can you see how does he feel that I removed him off my locations? Well, see, that's the thing. If you removed him off your locations, so that breaks the trust. And I know that's kind of, stupid, because I know you don't want him to know where you are. But that's why he did it in the first place. And that's why most people do it. so they can see where you are, where you're going. I know that's kind of obsessive and stupid. So me personally, like I'll be like, hell no, you don't need my location if you trust me, But some people need that trust of knowing where you are. But it's other people that ruin it for the nice people. The bad people always ruin it for the nice people and the trustworthy people. You're feeling much better. Good to hear, Nina. I'm glad, sweetheart. Um, the way I look at that, to be honest, is it's kind of I know it's dumb, right? Yeah, exactly. So like in your case, Nina, if you do it and you have a man, then that's different, right? Because you're with the guy, you're living together. So for him to even feel more confident and love you and trust you even more, you keep that. Yeah, right, exactly. I agree with you 100%. You don't need to know where I am if we're not dating and like where we're together. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta know everywhere I go, but the thing is, the reason why most guys do that is because of their past or because of the past person that they were dealing with, because they couldn't trust. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, trust and safety, because you got to know the person first. Yeah. But that's the thing, a lot of people do that because there is no trust. And if you keep the locations on, then you look like you're a goody tissue, and you're like, yeah, see, yeah, she's dedicated, so I'm good now. But how does he feel about that, Vanessa? Yeah, exactly, right. And I understand that. He feels insecure about it, and he feels like you're doing something bad. That's how he feels. He feels you're doing something bad. But he doesn't think you're with another man. He just thinks you're with like your friends, and you don't want him to know where you go, or maybe you don't want him to know you're with your daughter, or you're with this girl, or with this other chick, or with this other person. He thinks that you should be home and work, home and work, home and work. So by you doing that, he's delaying himself from talking to you right now, obviously, and he feels like this is a joke, like this is a disgrace. Like how could you like take me off? You must feel insecure about yourself. Like he's putting the blame on you. So, but he kind of like thinks that it's fucked up that you did it, but he knows you. Remember I told you the story a long time ago that the other person, letter A, remember I told you I felt like he was calling your job and saying, "Hey, can I speak to, Vanessa?" And and then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, sure. Hold on a second." And he'll be like, "Oh, she's in," and they'll be like, "Yeah, she's here." So I think after that he'll hang up the phone. You know what I'm saying? So I think this guy does the same shit, and a lot of people do that because they want to see where the hell you are. So if they ain't got your location, this guy could be doing the exact same thing, because the work card comes up here, right? And you and work. So I think that, he's kind of like sneaky, where he's going to be like, okay, let me see if she's working today. Let me just call down there and say, "Hello, can I speak to Madam, please?" And the person's like, oh, but is she actually in today? Oh yeah, she's here. Shit like that. And that's what people do. I used to do it too. This girl I used to like, she used to lie to me all the time. And I was like, let me see if she's working today. So I called down there. I was like, "Hello, is so-and-so there?" And they were like, "Oh, yeah, she's working today." I was like, "Okay, I wanted to make an appointment with her to come and see her, but I wanted to know how long she's working to." I'll say shit like that, right? And they'll be like, "Oh, okay, can I get your name?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, my name's Frank." And I'm like, okay, Frank, she's working till 10 o'clock. And I'll be like, okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I'll call right back. Hey, sweetie, how you doing? I was gonna ask you if he stalks me because yeah, I always use that name to be honest. They took him off my education because we had a fight 2 weeks ago. Yeah, right. But yeah, that's the thing. You know, I believe he does because the man card here, he'll do whatever it takes to find out things. You know, because he's doing like he thinks that his imagination is running wild. He doesn't know what to think. You know, he's saying to himself, I don't know what I should do. Like, should I call her job to see if she's working? You know, things like that. He was telling me that he had you as his very last option. Right. Well, see, if he says shit like that, it's just out of anger because, you know, people say shit like that all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? People say shit like that. It's just differences of opinion and stupid shit. But at the end of the day, you know, you have to ask yourself, right? You do like him, you do want to be with him. But do you really want to be with somebody like that for the rest of your life? Where you have to, you know, worry about him stalking you, watching your every move, bringing you into his past bullshit episodes. You know, I know it's hard, like, you know, because you like the guy and stuff like that. But you have to ask yourself, do you want that young and the restless life? You know, because that's what it is. It's the young and the restless life. And that's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to discourage you from being with the guy or even dealing with him, but from what you're saying and what I see, right? And he needs to find himself. You're absolutely right. But and like I said, he doesn't think you're a bad person because his thoughts about you are actually, you know, I know she's a good person. I know she means well. You know, I know she's sympathetic and understanding. You know, he knows you have a good job. You know, he knows you're about that life, you know, but he's just his willpower is shit. You know? That's the thing. He doesn't have any willpower. You know, I would say yes, he does stalk you. And the reason he stalks you because he's worried and concerned about what you're doing. Like he sometimes he thinks that you're with another guy, or he wants to find out if you're with another guy, so that way he can say, "See, I was right. I knew she was a hoe," or something like that. You know, like in his mind, he's saying that. You know, but he wants like to be with you, but he's got to face the facts that he's got to face reality. You know that he knows it's going to be difficult. You know, he knows it's difficult, but he just can't fathom how he's going to do it, and he's so narrow-minded. He doesn't know what the hell to think or to do. You know, sometimes I mean I want to say, and I'm going to say it. Sometimes he has the mind of a child. He may be a grown up, but he has the mind of a child still because he still thinks about playing games or he still wants to play games with you or see if he can control you. And there you go. See, that's, yeah, OMFG. And that's exactly what I see in the cards. It's like this guy's like, you know, he's like a little fucking baby, you know? Like, grow the fuck up already. You know, if I saw him, I'd slap him into reality, but, you know, I'm sorry I can't do it, you know? But that's what it's all about though, you know. You know, unfortunately, you know, sometimes we let our hearts get in get in over our heads. Sometimes we're like, I'm gonna make this work. I gotta make this work. Or what can I do to get this person? Like, or how is this gonna be? Like, you know, that's the thing. Like, it's so fucking annoying. And I can't do that. If a woman makes me want to change myself and I know I don't need to be changed, then that means it's time for me to say goodbye. If you can't accept me for who I am, then that's your problem. If I'm accepting you for who you are, and I'm not asking you to change anything about you or to try and, manipulate you or some shit like that. Like, I would never ask a woman that I'm with, oh, give me your put me on locations and tell me where you're going every 5 minutes. So the reason I wouldn't do that is because that's how you build trust. So if for instance, if one of my friends said, hey, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Yeah, man, I just saw your wife at the grocery store. She said hello and everything. I asked about you, so I just called you. So if my girlfriend said, hey, babe, I'm going to the grocery store, what you need, blah, blah, blah. And then my boy calls me and says, my boy calls me and says, hey, look, I just saw your wife. Then I can trust the fact that she went to the grocery store and not to the milkman to go fuck him or to go to a strip club or go wherever or go see her boyfriend, her other boyfriend. You see what I mean? So that's how you build trust, in my opinion. That's how, because it's meant to happen that way. So that way, Spirit and God put you in that predicament so you understand the fact that you don't have to do it. It'll just, the trust will naturally come. You know what I mean? Or you'll catch the person because what you don't hear, God sees. And what you don't see, God hears and all that shit. You know what I mean? So he's going to put you, if you're a good person, he's going to put you in a place where you catch that person doing devilish shit. So why start putting that person in that mode is what I don't understand. That's how you gain. How the hell are you supposed to gain trust if you don't do it that way? I'm always baffled on how people define trust. That's dumb. That's like if I have a girlfriend right now and she said, babe, I'm going to my parents' house. I'm going to go chill with them right now. And I'm going to say, okay, babe, I'm going online. I'm going on YouTube right now. Right? So if she was kind of like, okay, well, I trust Mark and I love him, but let me just go on YouTube and see if he's actually on there, because I know he talks to a bunch of bitches all day, a bunch of sexy women and all that shit. So I got to watch myself, he's doing this psychic shit. So I got to watch him because these hoes, they be all over my man or some shit. I'm just making a, thing, not calling anybody names, but that's how they talk, or, maybe he's with some other chick that he's doing a reading for, maybe they're sex chatting or whatever, sexting or something like that. So she goes online or she's at our mom's in the bathroom. She's like, okay, Mark's online. Cool. I'm happy. Like, he's being honest with me. You see what I'm saying? That's all that it boils down to at the end of the day. You could check just to confirm your trust, but all that location shit, hell no. Unless I'm living with you, like Nina says, unless I'm living with you, that shit ain't happening. What does he think about your strength? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, exactly. It all comes out one way or the other. And that's why, hey, Ocean, how you doing? I didn't even see you sneak in. But that's the thing. Like, I think that his biggest problem is he knows, right? He knows that what he's been through. So he's kind of taking it out on you. So like, see if he comes around. I do see him contacting you in the next few days, but like I said, you got to understand you're dealing with a broken man. So if you're dealing with a broken person, in your case, you're dealing with a broken man. He's a Cancer. So he's a water sign. So he's emotional. The full moon is today, in Aquarius. And he ain't no damn Aquarius. So he ain't, but, he's, like I said before, like I know Cancer men. And I know a lot of them, and I've read for people who have cancer men, and they act like that. They want to know where you are because they lack trust. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem. But that's a lot of people. You don't have to be a cancer. Like, I'm just, going off of my experience. Yeah, I know. That's why, you can get like that too. Like I keep telling you and I keep seeing, he thinks that you're a very mature person and you have courage and you're a good, he likes the fact that you're a good person and you're good to go. But I still get that, he thinks that you have an ego issue. He thinks that, that you're not willing to make the necessary effort to meet his demands. So because you don't do that, it pisses him off, So he looks at you as, damn, this woman's standing up to me. He likes it, but he doesn't like it, because that's the thing. I think that sometimes our boys or our friends get in the way. So maybe there's a guy telling him, yo, bro, listen, don't let this chick, run your life like the rest of them. You got to stand up, man. You got to be a man. Tell that bitch put you on locations, Tell that. So when they hear that shit, it goes in their mind. So the guy's like, okay, yeah, you're right, bro. I'm going to stand up to this woman. And then when the woman stands up back to the guy, he's like, hey, bro, that shit didn't work, Oh, well, what type of, oh, she's a Gemini? Oh, shit, never mind, bro. You don't want no parts of that. Because once you go Gemini, you can't deny, So you know how that goes. But he still looks at the future and being with you, like, eventually. But like I said, I just keep getting the same, like, I get different cards, the same message. He's not willing to make the effort because, yeah, I know. Well, you know how it goes. I can't always wear the B, Okay, Nina, take care, sweetheart. I'm glad you're doing good. Yes, please. Yeah, but that's the thing, you can't be broken forever. Like, that broken shit's all in your mind, everybody in this room has obviously had a broken heart and been broken at some time, but you can't let that shit destroy your life. Like, you gotta like, become a person who doesn't give a shit. Like, I can't put those sex cards on here because I'll get in trouble. I do it on Instagram. You know how I roll. That's Saturday night. I'll be doing sex cards on Instagram on Saturday night. Brother Love will be in the building. But on here, I'll get in trouble. These people don't, they ain't about that life. So, yeah, exactly. But that's what you should do anyway, because the thing is like, we can't wait for people. We just got to keep going and doing our thing. And sometimes, like I tell people all the time with my last situation that I was in, like, what goes around comes around. So that's it. Sometimes people make the wrong choice and they get fucked over. And don't come crying back to me. Not my fault, not my problem. You're someone else's problem now, not mine. And I never go back to anybody. Friends, family. I'm the type of guy, you disrespect me, that's a wrap. I ain't dealing with you no more. And that's why I'm a better person than I was 5 years ago, because I actually do what I say and say what I do. So if you disrespect me, and I didn't do anything wrong to you, and I don't have to apologize to you, and I know that you did some dumb shit to me, then I don't want nothing to do with you anymore. And if everybody had that mentality, their lives would be much better. Because we shouldn't be holding on to the people who disrespect us all the time. Fuck that. No way. Like, you get belittled, you get downgraded, you get disrespected. That's your red flag right there. That's spirit telling you don't even waste your time. Bye. There's billions of people out there that we can have. We just have to find them, or they gotta find you. But you know, these challenges we meet are our own fault because we allow these people to disrespect us. So if you allow the people to disrespect you, then you're at fault for allowing the disrespect to continue. And if you think that person is going to change, then that's on you again, because people don't really change like that. Anything people do is change their clothes. That's it. I know I do. And I think that's what intimidates some women to deal with me, because they know I'm not putting up with no bullshit. You got to be on your P's and Q's, and you got to be truthful. If you're going to lie to me, then I don't want nothing to do with you. But if you want a good man, then I'm your guy. But if you don't want a good man and you want somebody to lie to you and you want the man to accept your lies, then I'm not that guy then. Skadoodle. Bye. See you later. Not my problem. Can't see why tries to be disrespectful toward me. All right, let's check. Yeah, I know. Thanks for the donation, sweetheart. Appreciate it. Look, I got the first card that I pulled, right? Yeah, when they're 2 years old, even then, you know. Did you do this? No. Yeah, I knew you did it. See, look. You see what this card says? Yeah, I'm even going to show you what it says. Right? It says, the reason why you're asking me, can you see why he tries to be disrespectful is because he's been tricked in the past. And he's always depressed because of that shit. And I keep telling you, the same, different cards come up with the same shit. His past has ruined his life. And until he gets over that shit, it ain't gonna work. And another, I don't know if he drinks, but drinking could like affect him as well. I don't know if he drinks alcohol, but if he does, that's a big problem too. He always thinks he doesn't have no freedom. He always thinks that, you know, yeah, he does, or there you go. You know, I get drinking, I get past, he doesn't think he's perfect. He can't stand lies. He can't stand like people being different. It's his way or no fucking way, you know? And he's willing to dispute or disrespect you because that's how he is. And if he's ever told you that he grew up watching his family do that, watching his dad and mom fight, then that's probably one of the reasons as well. So even if this isn't, or it is a relationship issue that he's had in the past, it also is a family issue. It's something that he was brought up seeing. So for instance, if his parents were arguing when he was young and they got divorced, then that's one of the problems. Something about his mom, yeah. I agree, Ocean. I tell her that all the time, but she likes to make things difficult. See, these Gemini women, they like all that. Yeah. Oh, me too. I was in the swimming pool. I had a shower earlier. Okay, Barb. Love you too, sweetheart. Thank you. His mom and his ex. Yeah, see? He's got like a vendetta against women. And I keep telling you, no matter what you ask me, no matter what you ask, and no matter what cards come up, it's always something to do with him. He's the problem. And you have to ask yourself, right? Do you want to be with a man like that? Right, exactly. See, and he can't handle you telling him that because that to him is like disrespect. How could she say that about me? What the fuck? That's how he is. He feels like this woman tells me everything to my face. That's why a lot of people don't like me. I tell my sisters, my brothers, my parents, I tell everybody to their face about themselves because I know that we can do better. And if I know I'm right, I'm going to tell you that I'm right, and I'm going to tell you about yourself, how dopey you are. Yeah, but that's the thing. He calls you a witch because that's how some people perceive, you know? Well, some bitches are nice. You're just a nice bitch, you know? You're just a nice bitch. That's all. There's nice bitches and there's bad bitches. Just like how there's good bitches and bad bitches. But yeah, that's what I guess, sweetheart. I keep getting the same thing over and over. It's like, he wants a safe place. He wants a safe life. But see, you can't fix a guy like that because he's got to fix himself. I get tricked many a times by my past friends and used to be lovers. When they come back in my life, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm changed. I'm done this and done that." And I start talking to him. I'm like, "Okay, yeah, well, we'll see if you're changed or not." And as soon as they give me that slight bit of that old way, I'm like, "Yep, you ain't changed anything. You goddamn changes your clothes. Get out of my face." "Oh, why you don't speak to me no more? What did I do?" "I've been busy. I ain't got no time for that shit. You ain't changed. When did you change?" Anything that changed was the time that we were not speaking to each other. That's what changed. We speak now. That's the problem. Or a pair of underwear. That's right. Then you got those commando chicks. Then you got them commando chicks that don't care. I saw this girl on TikTok. She said that shit. She goes, what's that saying that says, "Don't get all tied up in your panties"? She goes, "Just don't wear them, so you won't get tied up in them." I was like, hey, that's one way to do it. Why not? Don't wear nothing. Go commando. Fuck it. It's all good. Well, it's gross to her. It's not gross to her. It's gross to you, though. See, because you like wearing them granny panties, Ocean. And that's okay. As long as you wear nice ones, then we're okay. If we were dating and you was wearing granny panties, but they look nice, I would respect that. I know you do. I know you do. Well, I don't know you do, but I know now. But I know you're that type of person. Oh, obviously he's jealous. See, Ocean wears that matching socks and underwear. She gets the set. Honest to God, Vanessa, I know everything. I'm a psychic, especially on Thursdays. And today is the full moon. See, I got extra powers. I can see things. I can see right through it. Never mind. You know what? Before I tell you the answer to your question, right? As a man, right? As a man, right? Because everybody's, I'm a man. I'm going to talk about, the women and stuff. And if I had a woman that had a home like you, that will make me feel proud of the woman because she went out of her way to make her home look better. And it's a good looking home. You've done a lot to it. You renovated, you paid for it, you rearranged it, you made it to your liking. So how can a guy not like that about a woman? You see what I'm saying? And there's not even a reason to be jealous of a woman who has her own house or her own apartment or her own car. That's a plus. That's a win. That's a check in the win column for a guy like me. Because why do I want some broke ass woman who doesn't have nothing and lives in a shitty ass place? You know, I don't want that. Obviously, you want somebody that has, like minded things or the same type of, or your preference is what I should say. Preference. I'm not saying that a woman that doesn't have a house is a good woman. That's not what I'm saying. Is in your case, right? You have your place and it's nice. It's a good place, a good house. You come a long way with it. You've done a lot to it. So obviously, to a regular smart guy, he's gonna be like, yeah, you know, this woman's got her shit together. I love that shit. But to him, yeah, of course, Vanessa does. You know, he thinks, right, that what he thinks about you doing things to your home is he thinks that you have the job to do that type of thing because you have your job and you have a steady job and you've been there, and that's why you have the chance to make your house to look better, to look good. He also thinks that, you know, that your late husband obviously was there with you, and that was some part of you having, the house, right? And he also thinks that you may be thinking that he's going to take advantage of you to live there. Or maybe he said that to you. Maybe he said to you, hey, I can see myself living here with you. I ain't got to live where I live, or you have a better place than me. So I might as well, if we ever get together, I'm going to come live with you. Or he might think, because I got two different thoughts here. He could think that, or he's going to say, fuck living down there because, her past husband used to live there and I don't want to live there because he used to live there. So I feel uncomfortable living there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get. He because of your late husband, that's what he thinks. So that's what he thinks. Like he's like, yeah, fuck this. I don't want to live here because, her ex-husband used to live here or her past husband used to live here. Shit like that. That's what he thinks. That's the honest thing that I see here. But he does admire the fact that you have everything set up. He likes the way you have your house. He likes the fact that you have your house all set up and everything's fine. He likes the fact that you have everything sorted up. You don't have no Gemini in your chart? I think I do. I think I have Gemini in one of my chart, one of my things that I can't remember. He doesn't know that? Okay. But he knows but he knows about your late husband though? Does he know about him? Obviously, right? Even though he knows, even though he doesn't know that you haven't said it to him, he probably thinks that because you're asking me what does he think? Remember. Right. See, there you go. You're asking me what does he think? This is his thoughts about another man living there. Or he might say her ex just left there or she's probably had some next guy with that, there in her house, you know. A lot of guys are kind of like, "Hey, Ethel, how you doing?" A lot of guys are like kind of, weird when it comes to those things, because they think that you're still living in the same place where your ex was, or where you and your ex started your life. A lot of guys can't handle that. A lot of guys would be like, fuck that. Well, he'll only think about that if that conversation came up. But that's what he thinks. He thinks a man has been there already. But he's still not gonna believe you. See, that's what I'm getting in my brain. Like before I even shuffle the cards, like I get the nudge from spirit saying, he's not even gonna believe you. And this is where I come back to the trust factor again. Yeah, I think she knows that. That'll be the best thing to do. But yeah. If what would he think once you tell him you never had a man live there? He would probably ask your daughter if he had a chance. Like if he met your daughter and he had a chance to talk to her one day and he said, "Hey, did a guy ever live here? You know? Did a guy ever live here with your mom and you at one point?" I think he would ask her because he'll ask a younger person. So the only other younger person is, obviously your daughter. But he still probably won't believe you. And he still will be like, yeah, whatever. She's just saying that just to get me to live here. Or she's just saying that just to get me to, whatever. But I don't think that he would like actually live there with you. And if he did, he would have to overcome a lot of difficulties because of his life and his son and things like that. Oh yeah, I know. I know. Oh, I know. And that's why I think that he would like want to get confirmation or find you guys lying. He would try and test her and say, "Hey, did another guy live here before? Or did your dad live here? Or did your mom's boyfriends live here with you guys at one point?" But I think that I think this is the guy with the son with is this the guy with the son with the special needs? Is this the guy that's like that? Because I'm trying to figure out this. It doesn't matter if they get along or not to a certain extent, because at the end of the day, who you love and who you want for the rest of your life doesn't matter if someone else. Okay, yeah. So it's not the same guy then. But I still feel like this guy's son means everything to him. Like he caters to him too much, and he wouldn't like want to, bring him to your home, and you know what I mean. It's like he's kind of like picky when it comes to shit like that. Like he doesn't know how he would tell his son, "Oh, we're gonna go to my girlfriend's house, blah blah blah, and you gotta live there with me. Or when you visit, you have to come over there because I'm living there now." Like he wouldn't know how to tell him that, or if he would like want to do that. That's what I'm getting, because I still get it depends on a younger child, or like a younger, like his son. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's the problem. That is the problem. Yeah, I'm doing good, Ethel. All's good. It's nice to be in the AC. I'm actually waiting for my nephews, my sister, and my brother-in-law to arrive. They're coming in from Miami. They're coming home. So the flight comes here in another hour, but they won't be here till maybe another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So I'm kind of like uh, soaking up some time. Yeah, but that's what I see, Vanessa. It's the same shit. Like just him trying to get over the past and him trying to sort out his life. But I think he has too many issues in order to be with you 100%, to be honest. And you shouldn't hold yourself back any longer. Well, that's the thing. You know, you've given him the options, and I know how you are. You're willing to accommodate, but I feel like that's his problem. I feel like that's his problem. He has that issue of uh, a woman, you know, giving him a good scenario or a good life, but he doesn't know what to do. Yeah, the past just keeps haunting him, I guess. And some people, unfortunately, there's a lot of people in the world who never get over their past. Um, you know, yeah, exactly. He needs to provide for his son, not you. You're absolutely right, and that's how people are. They don't want to live that life. They just can't get over the past. I used to be like that. I used to always dwell on the past and get pissed off that I got disrespected, and then I looked myself in the mirror and I was like, this is your fault too, you idiot. You gave this stupid woman your time of day, or you gave this guy that was supposed to be your friend the time of day. You let him do this. You let this person do that. You took the disrespect and didn't care. So now you're gonna keep getting disrespected until you break free of all the people that you don't like or you don't want. So unfortunately, there has to be. I mean, you have to find a balance in order to be happy. But the main thing is being happy with yourself. See this damn dog behind me. Yeah. What's the matter, baby? Why are you huffing and puffing for? It's so nice in here. Stop thinking. And she's sitting right below the fan, but she's still like huffing and puffing like a weirdo. I don't understand it. It's nice and cool in here. Yeah, she does. She hears things outside because the neighbors are like doing things outside. They're talking and stuff, and I can like hear the noises and stuff. Yeah, sure, sweetheart. Yeah, of course. I just got these. I just got these two new ones. What's today? I got these on Tuesday. See, it still got the tags on. I wore this one, I think yesterday or the day before. Yeah. And my sister's probably bringing some more when she comes back from away today. So, that's how it is. I have a hat fetish. What can I say? Yeah, the maroon one's nice. I've always wanted a maroon one, and I finally got it. Oh my God, Dodgers blue. Don't give a shit about Dodgers. My Red Sox suck. I was watching the Patriots just now. The Patriots playing the Giants in the preseason, and I can't believe NFL is starting already. What's the matter? What's wrong? Why are you huffing and puffing for what? Oh yeah? Is that right? What's wrong? So drink some water. What's wrong? You want to go outside? All right. Give me 1 minute. I'm just going to take her outside, okay? Just give me 1 minute. I'm going to take her outside. Come on, Dada. All right. She probably has to use the bathroom. She only goes to the door when she has to do something. So that's good. All right. Okay. Blue is one of my favorite colors. Patriots are losing at halftime. Great. All right. In general, what I got for you for the rest of the month, Vanessa, is try not to make the same mistakes you make. Try not to worry too much. Exercise your generosity. Don't be too generous to people who don't deserve your generosity. Don't expect things to be bad. Expect it to be good. Don't punish yourself. Look at yourself as, as a good person, as the good person you are. You might have some weird experiences here and there from now to the end of the month. Like if you think things aren't going your way, like don't be discouraged about that. Like try to just keep, straight and do what you have to do. Also, money looks good for you for the rest of the month. You might be getting a good paycheck, or you might be somebody might gift you something or give you a gift, or you might get some material gain, like something that you always wanted to buy. You might buy it, or you might have the money to buy something that you really want and actually get it. But it looks like you'll be either doing favors for somebody or somebody's going to actually do you a favor. Like I say, you might accept a gift from somebody or might get a gift from somebody, or you might give a gift to somebody or go to a party or a function where, you gift somebody something or somebody does something for you or you do something for them. But I get a lot like a kindness and goodness and, you trying to be good for the rest of the month. And just try and see things in your way and in a charitable way. And I think you're going to give gratitude where it needs to where it's got to go. But don't punish yourself. Yeah, I see that. Like, don't punish yourself. Like, stop that. Like if you think that your goal is to do something and your goal doesn't happen, don't think that you're a failure or, when is this ever going to happen? Or, why is my life suck right now? Or, things like that. Like, try not to punish yourself, and try not to drink, or like overdo things, overwork, or try not to overexert yourself and overwhelm yourself. Just breathe, relax, and just give thanks for the things, give gratitude for the things you have. Like I said earlier, when I first came online, what did I say? I said I got all these back problems, and I'm got, my body's ailing, but at least I have work, even though it's strenuous work. I'd rather have strenuous work and back problems than have no work at all and be miserable. So, like, give gratitude where gratitude is, yeah, try not to do that. Drink Gatorade, not Haterade. You gotta drink that water and Gatorade, drink some green tea, just try and stay hydrated as much as you can. But I think that people around you are going to be kind to you just as much as you're kind to them. I feel like you have a select amount of people around you that are kind to you, and you appreciate that. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Try not to do that. I know it's easier said than done, but you know, I've had sleeping issues this whole week, and it's been weird because I don't really have, I wouldn't say never, but I hardly have sleeping issues. And then I've been dreaming a lot, like dreaming about the stupidest things that don't make no sense. And I can't even remember half the dreams that I dream because it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I would remember it if I was, looking at some naked chicks or something like that, but I don't have those type of dreams. And they always say, like, dream, if you want to dream about something, you have to, do it right before you go to sleep. And unfortunately I do, but it never happens. So that's a lie. Well, that's the thing, when yes, I understand that, but you don't have nothing to prove, though. You see what I'm saying? You have nothing to prove. You're an independent, strong, beautiful woman that doesn't really need a man. You want a man. You see, that's the difference. And you gotta understand that you are, what a man wants. A man would love to have a woman who has her own place, has a good job, and only has one child, an already grown child, someone who's your age that's ready to settle down. You gotta look at yourself as the prize, not the the thorn in the side. You see what I'm saying? So when you deal with an ass like him or anybody else, right? Don't let them make you feel like that. And remember what I tell you all the time, and I tell everybody in this room, that the people that have passed away, that we loved and cared about, that are no longer here, they're actually working to help us. And that's why when they do help us, some of us don't take the help. We just ignore it. So then the spirit says, okay, well, you want to be ignorant? I'm trying to show you this person is not good for you. So you want to stay with them, that's up to you. Then the real person is still waiting in the loop. So you want to go that route, go for it. Not my problem. I would say a story on here, but I know the person might be watching me, so I don't want to say anything. But yeah, and that's why I said it, because I kind of feel like he puts things in front of you, but you don't really want to see it or hear it or believe it, or you ignore it. Could be one or the other. But some people, right, they think that if they come back into your life at any given point, that you're supposed to be available, right? And sometimes we are available, but then you have to ask yourself, do I want to be available for the drama again? Because that's the only availability that you're going for is drama. So that's why when people come back from my past, or when somebody, says something, or somebody tries to come back into my life, I'm like, hell no, it's not working that way. And if I do accept you back in my life, it's because, I'm still got three eyes on you, just to make sure you don't do it again. Oh, that's the thing. But that's a good thing that you don't, because you're not supposed to be chasing at him anyway. Right. Right. And then you're always, when we're alone or we don't have anybody, spirit's always the provider and our confidant. That's just the way it is. That's just a natural thing. But unfortunately, it can't always be the same. I know you do. But he's not gonna allow a random guy to take advantage of you. You got me? So I know it's hard, and I know that's like a fucked up situation, but you got to look at it like that. You got to look at it. He's not gonna let you settle for less. He's not gonna allow you to be with a dickhead, because you've been there, done that already. So he wants to make sure that you get the right person at the right time, because I'm sure that that's what he genuinely wants for you. And I'm sure you know that too, but it depends on you. Because if you keep holding on to the wrong guys, then how is the right one supposed to come? That's why now I'm an open book. I'm waiting for the right one. When it does come, it comes. When it doesn't, then next. And it doesn't bother me, to be honest. It doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't bother me at all. It's like whatever, I'm like, yeah, well, it is what it is. I can only do so much, and I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to make myself happy. So until that day comes, then I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm not gonna put myself. I know who I am. I know what I'm worth. I know what type of man I am, and I know what type of woman I want. But sometimes you're not gonna get that person, but at least you can get somebody close. And I have found plenty of people, but the problem is they can't find themselves. That's the issue. Just like this guy, he's got to find himself before he's got to love himself in order to love you. He's got to get rid of all the bullshit in his life in order for him to actually make time for you in his brain and in his life. You got me? And that's what people don't understand and have a problem dealing with, is they just can't fathom why a person isn't ready when they're ready. And that's why, because a person has to prepare themselves. Well, he wants to tell you that he's temporarily distracted by life and by people and by his, what he's doing with his life and how he lives his life. I feel like every day is a struggle for him, and he wants to tell you that it's nothing against you, that this is, in order for him to be happy with you, he's got to get over his distractions, and he's got to allow people to not depend on him. Because if people depend on him a lot, then it leaves no room for you. You got me? If he is dependent, if he depends too much, if people depend too much on him and he depends on too much on other people, then how is that gonna leave room for you and him? And that's the thing. He feels like, he feels like he doesn't want to seduce you or anything like that. But he's probably gonna tell you that, look, I need to approach my old problems and I need to get rid of my situations and I want to start new. I want to do new things. I want to be, the person that, you can depend on and things like that. I feel like he's going to offer you, to see him and or you guys to see each other. But I still feel like he has an ulterior motive. Like, I still feel like he might try to seduce you, or he might flatter you and tell you the things you want to hear. I feel like he's going to tell you something new about, his problems or the way he approaches things and the way he treats you or the way he views you or things like that. I feel like he'll be more sociable. You know? That's what I think he wants to tell you. And he might tell you about, his son and things that are going on with his son. I keep getting that his son is one of the main factors. Is one of the main things that are going on with him is his son. That's what I keep getting. I keep getting a younger man around him, a younger person, and it's a male. I keep getting it all the time. So I think he's going to talk to you about his son, his life, new things, new friendships, new possibilities. I don't know if he's looking for like a job or something like that. He might tell you that he's got a new job and he's been busy or he's trying to get a new job, all that type of shit. That's what I think that he's going to want to tell you. He's going to tell you what's going on in his life. You're welcome, sweetheart. Hey, Marcia, how are you, sweetheart? Did he used to wear a bracelet? I ain't never seen him with no jewelry, to be honest. I don't know why I see that now. But like, how guys wear those cool bracelets, like the gold bracelet or like a bracelet. I don't know why that caught my eye just now. Or maybe you gifted him a bracelet or something. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you just asked me about. Yeah. I honest to God, I've seen him tons of times and I've never seen him with jewelry on. Never ever. You just got home from work? Okay, sweetheart. I'm glad you're home safe. Hope you had a good day at work. Ah. Right. See, this is the first time I'm actually seeing him with a bracelet before, because when I just tapped into him, he smiled at me, and then when he went like this, and went like this, I could see a bracelet, and I never saw that before. Oh, okay. Well, at least you didn't go. At least you didn't have a crazy day. Hmm. To be honest, like he's sitting down and he's like this, just like me. He's got his hands like this. He's got his hands like this. And I asked him, "Look, what do you want me to tell?" Yeah, I did. I actually like the the one from 8 months ago. He's good. Um, but Vanessa, what I see here with him, he's like this, and he's telling me he went like this, and he goes, she needs to work on herself, and she knows that. And he's going like this. She needs to, stop worrying. That's what. But I've already seen that in the cars. But that's what he's telling me. But I've never seen him with the bracelet before. That's different. And you know what else? You know what I always tell you is I see him dressed in white. He's got a white shirt, and it's got short sleeves, and he's got like a collar, and he looks good. He looks happy. I don't really see him too much, like vivid, but I have a connection with him, so I see him pretty much clear all the time. Like, I don't know. It just says 8 months ago. I can't remember what it's called, but he's like got a gray and black outfit on, and it said he has a hat that says Legend. That was the one that I really liked. I actually liked the video. But Vanessa, yeah, that's what he's telling me to tell you. You need to keep working on yourself. And he shows me at the house too, like, I don't know if you change the way your bedroom is, like the sheet, like the carpet or something or whatever, or tile in the bedroom area. He's showing me that too. I don't know why, but or that's where he's like walking. He just got up and he started walking. I could see like a bedroom post, right? Yeah, and it's like I can see like he said something about she changed this or whatever. He's actually walking me like through. Yeah, he's actually walking me through the room, and he's like this. I like it. He's a character, and he makes me laugh. No, I didn't watch him. I didn't watch too much of it because it was so late last night. But I'm gonna when I have time, I'm gonna watch some more because I subscribe to the channel and everything. So I'll see it again when I have a chance. Yeah, he gave me this one here, like, yeah, I like it. It's cool. He always talks shit to me, so I can always talk to him. But he's in very good spirits. And like I said, he's dressed in white again. Like I saw him at the beach that time with like a white pair of shorts and a white shirt with a collar and short sleeves. And it's like but when I see him like that, that's a good thing though, because when I see spirit dressed in white, that means they're good with themselves. That's my opinion on that. So the good thing is he's not in a bad place. He's actually, good. This is the first time I'm seeing him in a long time. And then when he has the jewelry on, that even shows me that, I've never seen jewelry on him before. But I see like the man bracelet. I got one too, similar to what he has. But for him to have the jewelry on, the white clothes, and for him to be like, happy, that means that that he's in a good place. But he just tells me that you have to work on yourself. I almost like see him with a toothpick in his mouth, or he's going like this, like Yeah, but that's good though. Like find yourself and enjoy your house and things like that. Yeah, yeah. I see him clear as day right now. Oh, okay. I'll check that out. Yeah, I like all that rap stuff. So I saw that one video and I watched it all the way through and I liked it and I subscribed to him. So he's good though. Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. You know, you have to understand he's obviously trying to help you find the right person. And until then you gotta just put up with it, you know? But don't downgrade yourself, you know? Oh, well, that's good. I'm a music guy. I was a DJ for 20 years, so I know who's legit and who's not. But he seems very legit. He had good lyrics and stuff. He seemed like he was confident in his video, the one that I saw. But I like to see some more when I get a chance. To be honest, Vanessa, I think he's really happy with both of you, with you and your daughter, because he just mentioned your daughter just now. It's almost like he's happy to be in the house. You know what I mean? I think he's happy to be in the house. Whereas before he had like this thing where he was like not really, happy to be there. Remember, I used to see him sitting down on the bottom. Hey, peanut butter cup, no problem. Remember, like one time I saw him sitting like up against the bed, and he was like sitting like leaning up against, it, and he was like kind of like la la land. And at one time, like I don't see him like that no more. Like he actually went from this. Sure, no problem. He went from this to getting up to having like, going like this to keep walking around your room, showing me things. And like I always tell you, and I always tell a lot of people, when I see spirit that's passed away dressed in white, that just tells me that's a good sign. That means that the person is really, come to themselves. They're good now. They can live with themselves. Some people say, oh, it takes time for them to cross over. No, it doesn't. It takes time for them to adapt that they're dead and they can't come back. But if they do come back, they have to come back in that spirit form and they can't do nothing, unless they turn evil or, they do stupid shit, and that's the thing. So they have to understand that they can still be there for the person, still be in those places, but, they can't physically touch you or do all those type of things. They can, but not like that, So I don't see nothing bad around him, to be honest. I see all good things around him. This is probably one of the best times that I've seen him and felt his energy is good. I don't like seeing him sad anyway. It kind of makes me mad, but today is actually a good day to see him. So he's doing good, Vanessa. You ain't gotta worry about him. He's good. He's not even worried about you. He's just pretty much telling me like, just tell her keep working on herself. And like, he's happy that you and your daughter's doing good. But he likes what you done to the house though, because he showed me your room. So that's cool. Yeah, it's all right. He gave me that. Yeah, it's all right. I don't, that's the thing. I don't think he does. I just think that he's trying to show you that, that he's still at the house, and that ain't nobody coming there unless they're the right person. They don't hunt a person who they know that's good for you. So the only way he can like do anything to him is if he comes at the house. So if he hasn't been there, then he can't do anything really, or he won't do anything because he's not harming you. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's done it in the past, but that's when they're there. See, he can only fuck with it like when the person's actually there. Yeah, exactly. So if he hasn't come over, then he can't really fuck with him like that. But I'm sure he will if he ever does. Because remember, they can't really go to their house and just invade the house because he has his own spirits there too. You know? So that's the thing. Okay, sweetheart, just go ahead and ask your question. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He'll do that with him because he knew what was going on. You know, he knew that that was the situation. You're welcome, sweetheart. It's good to see you always, and I'm glad you're doing good. Just remember everything I said on here, you know? Yeah, of course, because that's, you know, and that's what spirit would do. They'll get the bad people away from you. But just keep working on yourself, sweetheart. Don't let that guy, you know, dictate to you what you got to do for it. And when he calls you, when he contacts you, you know, just be normal. Like, you know, don't like stress yourself. Just give him that last chance to like prove that he actually cares. And if he acts up again, just cut him the fuck off. You know, just get rid of him because you don't deserve that shit. You know, but that's up to you. Like when he calls you, just try and be cool and just act like everything's cool. Like, you know, or not act, but you know, just be cool. I appreciate you too, sweetheart, and thanks for the donations and coming to me and all that stuff. I appreciate it very much. And I saw your daughter on the other place. She's still the same, huh? I started laughing. I said, "Look at her." Yeah, on IG, she makes me laugh. She rarely posts anything, right? So I saw her picture and she was like, I'm like, "Yep, here we go." Like mother, like daughter. Okay. All right. All right. You say, I had a falling out with a best friend of nearly 20 years. He pissed me off and I told him I didn't want the friendship anymore. I want to know what he feels about the whole thing. It's been a few months. All right, cool. Yeah, I know. She's cool though. She seems, when I saw her picture, I could see that she's doing good. So I'm happy for her. Tell her I said hello, you know? You know what I mean? I started laughing one time and I saw her. I was like, this fucking girl. All right. All right. All right. Let me see. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad. And I think that's why, you know, who is happy and around the house, you know? That's why he's happy. I've never seen him this happy before. So that's why. Yeah. Okay. All right, peanut butter cup. What I got here is he's really pissed off. He's pissed off because he thought that, you know, you guys were, you know, good friends for a long time and you were very patient and you know, he always thought that you guys were going to be friends forever. But because of, you know, the falling out and him being an asshole, because that's what I got here is him being fucked up towards you. I don't feel like you did anything bad to him. I feel like you were, you know, you're the non-guilty party. I feel like he has two personalities, two faces, I feel like he also got influenced by another person, or he's having problems with another person, so he took it out on you. I feel like he lied to you. I also feel like, he's very insecure about what he did and how he is with you and how he is with other people. Like he knows that it's ruined. He knows that, there's no turning back, but he still doesn't think that, yeah, like, even though he was being a hypocrite, and all that stuff, he still doesn't think that you're a bad person. He knows you're a good person to him, but he's had enough too. Like, he just didn't want to deal with you at that point in time because of maybe what he's going through in his life. Now, if you know what he's going through in his life, he could have had some bad shit happen to him, like a loss of a job, or he's not getting his way with people, or he lied to somebody and they found out, or he lied to you and you found out, and you're like, why the fuck did you lie to me? Like, or why are you, being this way? Why are you double dealing me? Why are you so temperamental? Why are you, making off at me for nothing? So I do feel like he feels like he's a disgrace for doing it, and he feels disgraceful for doing it. But I still feel his insecurities about him, about everything in his life, has made him feel weak. And I feel like this guy, he's just a liar, and he's very crafty, and he's willing to, like, be that way around anybody. But he doesn't view you as a bad person, though. He doesn't view, like, if you're asking me, you want to know what he feels about the whole thing. He feels like he's wrong, and he feels like he shouldn't have treated you that way or shouldn't have dealt with you that way. But he still thinks that maybe one day you guys can be friends again, but that depends on you. You know what I mean? I do feel like it's something to do with his family, or something to do with him, like, and another person. Yeah, I see insecurity here. Right. Right. Yeah. And if you allow him to be your doormat, then he's gonna keep brushing his feet on you. I see that this guy is not a really good person deep down inside. Yeah, I can see the insecurities, but I think that he lied to you a few times and you probably caught him in his lies. Or if you think that he was telling you the truth, he probably wasn't. I see a lot of dishonesty here and double dealing, and very temperamental. It's like he loses his temper quick, or you can't really joke with him too much because he'll take offense really quick. You got to be like, look, I'm just joking, cheese, And he might be like, look, I'm not fucking joking around, yeah, spiteful, yeah. So at the end of the day, it's, his loss, not yours. He lost you as a good friend, and you lost somebody who, well, you know what? That's how it is. Unfortunately, we all have people in our lives that come for a reason or a season or years and forever. And sometimes we just got to get rid of that person the very first time they fucked up, or the very first time that we gave them a chance and didn't give them a chance again. At the end of the day, I don't want you to feel bad for what I'm about to tell you, but it's your fault just as much as it's his fault, because it's your fault for entertaining him, knowing that he's like that. And you say you regret giving him so many years of your life. So at the end of the day, it's still your fault technically for allowing this person in your life for this long, if you knew the person was a shithead in the first place. And see, this is what we have to start learning more and more in our lives, is when we get disrespected that one time, that's spirit's way of saying, and that's God's way of saying, hey, look, this is the asshole alert. This is the dishonesty alert here. Are you going to take it and get rid of this person, or are you going to continue to entertain this clown? See, that's the chances that we get. We get the chance to tell the person go to hell. and leave me alone and get out of my life. But sometimes we just don't want to do it because A, we think the person is gonna change, or B, we're just too kind-hearted and we don't want to, be a bitch or an ass to the person. We don't want to be in their same category. You know what I mean? But it's our fault for allowing the people into our lives that we have in our lives. Sometimes we have to take the responsibility of allowing people in our lives. Hey, Sophia, how are you, sweetheart? You all right? So that's what he thinks. He doesn't have no remorse, really. He doesn't really give a shit. But at the end of the day, he knew that you guys were compatible for a long period of time. He knows you guys were good together, but at the end of the day, he blew his gasket. And you had enough. So it's good. It's his loss, not yours. Yeah, I'm here. It's nice coming back on YouTube. I kind of enjoy it because I get to meet new people and see my old friends. Instagram was acting crazy earlier, so I came back over here. Here was acting crazy, wouldn't let me go live. Then I finally came on, then I came back. It's definitely the full moon today, and it's in my sign, so it's going to aggravate me, so I'm prepared for the aggravation. So, but it's all good, though. I'm all right, though. It feels like the weekend for some reason. I don't know why, but it's only Thursday. So yeah, peanut butter cup. I at the end of the day, this person is no good, and at the end of the day, you did the right thing getting rid of him, and don't let him back into your life, because I feel like he might even try to talk to you again. Like he might even get drunk. Right. Or he might say something to you again. Well, unfortunately, you could choose your friends, but you can't choose your relatives, and sometimes you can't tell your sisters or your brother who to hang around, or, what happened between you and him is nothing to do with, you and your sister, or him and your sister, So if your sister feels the need to get rid of him, or she has to find out the hard way, then that's it. That's what's going to happen eventually, right? That's it, But if she has your back, she probably won't even deal with it. But that's another situation. But the best thing for you to do, in my opinion, is to disconnect from him. Don't just ignore him. Leave him alone. Yeah. All right. Yeah, she's actually gonna see right through him too, because I think they're gonna talk about the argument that you guys had, and I think that she might tell him about himself, or if you've already told your sister, I think she's prepared to talk to him about it and say, why'd you disrespect my sister? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So I do see a kind of dispute between them. They might argue about it, or they might talk about it. And I think that, your sister might stand up for you. Might. But see, if she's already seeing that the guy's suspicious, right? That's your sign right there. Like, I want everybody to understand we have to take the sign. Like, when we get these signs of bad people, we're supposed to take that shit and run away from that person. Like, fuck that. No way. It's happened to me plenty of times where I allow people to come into my life, and I'm like, I just want to be nice. I'll accept this person for now, see what they're about. But when they disrespect me, that's it. Like, I'm had enough. But some people come back into my life. I give them a chance, but then they fuck up again. Then I'm like, it's my fault. I wouldn't even blame that person because it's my fault for accepting the person back. But I'm still gonna say, see, I was so nice. I let the person come back and they fucked me over again. Well, that's your fault, dumbass. That's what I tell myself all the time. It's your fault. You shouldn't have let the person back in. You should have just said no. But see, sometimes it's hard because we think people change or we want to be nice or we want to forgive. The only person that forgives in this world is God. It's not your job to forgive anybody. Take it from me, I know. Yeah, exactly. It's all right to give a chance, but when it happens too many times, you got to start blaming yourself, not the person. That's my point. Like, and that's what I, try to tell people in a nice way so they don't get mad at me. But some people are hard-headed. They don't want to take the blame. I was like that too. And people said, oh, well, you can't just blame her. It's your fault. I'm like, no, that bitch is whack. She needs to go to a mental institution. And they're like, no, you allowed her back in. I'm like, yeah, well, I thought she was going to change. But the only thing she changed was her clothes or her makeup or her hair. All right, Marcia, you're next. You do it, General. Whenever you see until the end of August. All right, cool. Yeah. We got to put our foot down, we can't get taken advantage of all the time. Like, it's not worth it. If you look in that mirror every day and you're worth more than what you're getting, then that's the truth. Like, you are worth more than what you're getting or what you're dealing with. So you got to put yourself, on that level where, not going to take no more shit. All right, Marcia, let's see what we got for you. Okay, Marcia. What I got from now to the end of the month is you feeling like overburdened, you feeling like excessive pressure at work maybe, or you want to resolve things, but it doesn't get resolved. But if you put the effort in, then obviously things will change and be a little better. And I mean a little better. Try not to deal with anybody who's selfish and try not to be selfish yourself. Just keep your eyes on the future and whatever opportunities you have coming up. Try not to cancel any plans. Try to do everything you can to make life better for you. You know what I mean? Like, try to make things a short goal. Like, don't look at the long-term goals. Don't say, oh, in 5 years' time, I want to be this and I want to be that. Just say, look, in next month, I want to do this. Next week, I want to do that. Or tomorrow, I want to do this. Have short-term goals. Don't plan nothing too far ahead. And the best thing is not to tell anybody about your plans. Keep everything to yourself. Okay? Don't fear anything that you can't change. Right? I'm keep getting short-lived things. Also, I don't know if you believe in spirit and believe in spirit helping you, but if you have like a grandmother and grandfather in spirit, or mother and father, brothers, sisters, cousins, anybody who you were very, very close to in the last 10 years, those people are the most significant people to you right now, right? And those people are trying to give you the supernatural, superficial benefit of finding what you want, getting what you want, and being safe when you need to be safe, and put you in safe environments and safe places so you don't have to deal with that. So I do feel like you have spirit around you helping you with the bad people in your life. And there is a man that has corrupted you, has disrespected you, was unfaithful, and will do anything he can to achieve his own way and not yours. He's not worried about you, he's worried about himself. Right? And this person is going to be in your life these next couple weeks to the end of the month. You're still going to see that person. I feel like it's your ex. He still might be around, come around the job, look at you, see you, talk to you. He still might be in your mind, in your brain, in your atmosphere around you. So you might see him. But as far as like any new love or anything like that, the only person that I see here is a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, or a person who is not really ready to settle down, but he might be cool. He might be a big spender. He might have a lot of money, but he has a shitty attitude. Like, if it's somebody, I think it is Arthur, but if it's a new person, the person likes to spend money, but they're not really, they'll do anything they can with their money to get what they want. So don't be surprised if somebody says to you, "Hey, Marcia, you want to go have a good time? I'm rich and I have all this stuff, and I can buy you. Let's go rent a room together and be naughty." That's just what I'm getting. Like, as far as someone actually saying that to you, possibly. So you're saying your mom passed 35 years. Yeah, I actually get a man, so it's definitely somebody in the last 10 years. So your mom passed 35 and your brother passed 6 years ago. So I think it's a man. Yeah, Arthur's a Scorpio. Okay, that's cool. Like, did your yeah, it could be Mike, because I get like a Virgo. I get like a Earth sign, so it could be Mike. Mike might say something to you that surprises you, but it doesn't have to be the sign. I just say the sign just in case, but I'm not really into that sign type of stuff. I'm usually into the person. If the person has brown hair, then it's probably that person. But they might, if they have like light brown hair or close to, yeah, it's not dark hair. I think the person has lighter hair. So whoever has the lighter hair out of Jay and Mike, that's who it is to me. Yeah, if you were close with your brother, then I think that your brother's trying to help you out. And you know how brothers are. If your brother was protective of you and didn't like the men in your life and gave the men in your life like a hard time, like how I give my brother-in-laws a hard time, I always tell my brother-in-laws, I'll beat the living shit out of you if you disrespect your wife, which is my sisters. I have 2 sisters, and I've threatened both my brother-in-laws already. So I know that maybe he was like that, or I feel like he worked hard. I feel like he used his hands, and I feel like he's trying to help you. I feel like he's trying to help you meet a goal. Like, whatever your goals are, he knows what your goal is. So he's trying to help you with your goals and get things, to a better place in your life, Okay. So if Mike has been extra friendly, then it's him. If they both have dark hair, then that's out of the equation, yeah. But did you hear what I say about your brother, though? Okay. Well, it's telling me that it's Jay. I got no with Mike. I thought it was Mike, but the cards are telling me that it's Jay. It's Jay. Even though Mike is friendly, I guess because Mike has been so friendly, he showed up in the cards. But when I asked who is it, Mike or Jay, and it says Jay. It says Jay. Yeah, yeah. I feel like your brother is like a when he was on Earth, he worked hard or he worked with his hands. Even if he didn't work hard, he worked with his hands. I feel, or like he used to build things, or he was a part of like something that he used his hands with. Like I can't really see him, but like the image that I'm getting is like a person who works with their hands. I mean, usually when you work with your hands anyway. But I mean, that's what I'm getting. Or maybe he had tools. Yeah, Jay is definitely the person. Jay is going to be continue to he thinks you're a really nice person. He likes you. He likes the way you are, uh, and he likes the way that you're understanding and you're nice to him and you're very sincere. He likes the way you express yourself. He likes the way that you're friendly. But I do feel like he also has some financial security issues or he has bad investments. Your brother never worked. He had mental health issues and diabetes. That's so crazy. Hmm. So maybe that was his dream. Many even though you say he never worked and he had mental health issues, right? Maybe in his mind, like maybe when he was watching TV or things like that, that was his dream to build things or to use tools or to work or to be somebody that knew how to do things like that. Or maybe when he was like younger, that was his thing. Like he wanted that in his life. You know. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that the person wastes a lot of money. They're trying to change, but they don't. Yeah, I feel like he could be Jay could be like a romantic type of sucking up type of guy. Like you romance, you talk shit to you, tell you what you want to hear, suave type guy, whatever. Talk a lot of shit. But I do see that Arthur might be around as well, so watch out for that. Ah, he loved to play guitar when he was young. Yeah, I know. Yeah, your brother. So maybe that's what it is, because I can see his hands moving. So I'm thinking that it's tools and things like that are working, but you use both your hands to play the guitar. So I'm wondering why I see his hands. Because usually when a spirit shows me their hands moving, it's because they work with their hands. But that makes even more sense. If you love to play the guitar, you need both hands. Because when I first got an image of your brother, he was like this. So I was like, oh shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not saying he's bad, but I'll check for you because I gotta go in a few minutes. I think that he was at her table, gambling and stuff. Because I can see like I don't see her, but I think that he was there gambling, at her table. Because I get all money cards here and him, but I don't think he wanted to be there, or maybe he wanted to, but he didn't. It's either, I feel like he was with her today, but at her table wasting money, but he didn't make any, or he did, but then he lost it. But I still feel like, the way he seduced her as well. Yeah. Like there was bad blood between them, put it that way. There was nothing really like going on between them. Um, I think that he made money and then lost it. Yeah. Because I asked if they were together and it's telling me yes, but it doesn't look like he was happy being around her. Like she may have not have given like she's kind of disappointed with him. I do get on the bottom, I get a woman that's disappointed. Yeah. So to answer your question, I feel like they were together today. Or he saw her today. Yeah. Okay. Well, if he doesn't go to the table to actually see her, then he actually interacted with her at one point, and then that was it. I feel like he made money and then lost it, but I don't think she talks to him though. I don't think he talks to him. Thanks, Ocean. Okay, sweetheart. Yeah, I gotta get going myself because they're coming. I can check that, Marcy, if they went gambling together. But as far as them seeing each other, I think they did. No, they didn't go gambling together. I got a no. I got a definite no on that. I don't think they went gambling together. No. I don't get that they gambled together, but I do think that they saw each other. So, for instance, if Arthur was there, he must have saw Janine, but she doesn't want to talk to him. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I still think that they saw each other, but that was about it. But I still get disappointment on her side a lot of disappointment on her side. So that's it's not being completely like it's almost like the energy is bad, you know, between them, which obviously it is. But maybe they saw each other in their travels and that was about it. But they didn't go gambling together. I don't get that. Yeah. I feel like it's possible they did see each other in their travels, but it was not bad. It was not a good outcome at all. It definitely wasn't a good outcome. Which is good. 'Cause he doesn't deserve that anyway. So, you know. Yeah, exactly. And if he's a dickhead, then he shouldn't have anything good happen to him anyway. Yeah. All right, sweetheart. I have to go because my sister and brother-in-law and the kids are coming back today, and they should be here any minute from the airport. So I want to be here when they come. So I wasn't expecting to be on here this late, but I'm here anyway. It's fine. But I'll be back tomorrow at some point at time. No, I don't. I see her being very disappointed. You know, I feel like she thinks that she knows she's been seduced. So that's what I got in the cards: seduction and aggravation and disappointment. So yeah, you're welcome, sweetheart, and thank you too. Thank you for your support and coming by. I appreciate it. I am gonna get out of here so I can go. I haven't seen my nephews in 10 days, so I'm looking forward to seeing them and hanging out with them for a little bit. It's already 11 o'clock here, but they come back. They should be here like any minute from the airport. So I'm gonna go out there and get ready. Alrighty. So you guys have a good evening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. And I'll go check out some more of your son's videos for sure. All right. Okay, sweetheart. Great. You too. Thanks.